Here we go. Week 3 game picks. Let's fix up all this stuff right here. We're gonna take this bottom piece off. We're gonna take this one off. Yeah, we had the greatest week of all time. Our records for picking. Okay. Colton, yes, for those that are new here, Colton's usually on our show. He's dealing with some stuff. He'll be back in next week. So yeah, let me pull up the doc here. Last week, Jake won the week at 9-7, followed by Colton at 8-8. Dom and I held hands as we crossed the finish line at 7-9. Dom really needed that Eagles win just to.
Bro, that's insane. That's insane. I don't know.
Dom's been on.
Jake has a 12. Is that correct? That has to be correct, right? Yeah. Jake has a 12 win pick, whatever difference, and mine is a 0. That's just atrocious. That's so bad.
Alrighty.
Dom is the equivalent of the Eagles and Jaguars.
I am the mayor of Poverty City at the moment.
No, you were here, and then it went real bad, and it's.
No, but this has been my thing about fantasy because it's just been so bad in fantasy for me. I'm 1-9 in all my 5 leagues in the first 2 weeks. 1-9 in fantasy. So yeah, everyone here sticking with the fantasy thing. Yeah, you could listen to me. You could just be like, "This guy's an idiot."
Hey, you're Matthew Berry. You suck at fantasy football.
Hey. Judging by the credentials, that gets you a show.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I mean,
whatever Matthew Berry advises you to do, you do the opposite and you win.
Maybe I'll make voiceovers for ESPN fantasy draft.
Guess they had their eye on him too.
I gotta start practicing.
Alrighty, so going to the 16 game slate this week, we have Thursday Night Football. The Patriots travel to New York for the Jets home opener. Colton does not have his picks in there, and I'm not going to rush him to get his picks in, but I'm currently right now lone wolfing the Jets, and I think that's pretty ridiculous that I am.
I think it's ridiculous, too.
This game was tough for me. It was really tough.
I think it's ridiculous. If you asked me 3 weeks ago, I think it's ridiculous. Maybe. But after the 2 weeks New England's had, I mean, I don't know, man.
New England's defense has impressed me. I almost put them as a hold, at least the defense today. Or an outright buy. I almost did. Don could tell you.
Yeah.
And Rodgers and the Jets offense has not impressed me. Not one bit.
I agree. My whole thing is I don't pick my team that often in the past couple years, but you know what? I'm going to do it.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh, no.
No, but I'm saying like
I saw so many wins. Oh, hell.
Oh, the Super Bowls. Oh,
I can't stop liking to see my team win.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like I haven't made that a factor in when I choose for the picks. But this week I will. Why not? I think it's a good week to do so. So I'm gonna do it. Patriots versus Jets. Hell yeah.
We will go to the Sunday slate of games with the Giants at the Browns here. We are all clean sweeping the Browns. And then we go to the Eagles traveling to New Orleans. New Orleans across the board right now. So
I can tell you the last 3 times I picked against my team. The Dallas game last year, the Niners game last year, and then the Sam Bradford game against the Patriots years ago.
Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni loses those games.
It's just all right, Siri. No, jeez, that's crazy. It's just, man, the Saints are just too hot. How do you say no to the Saints right
now?
Have
not had a single punt this season.
Yeah, until they start failing. Until they start failing, I'm going Saints.
Well, how can you look at what our defense did with? That was our first sack of the season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We had almost no pressure, no tackles from our defensive line.
Yeah.
In almost 2 games, I think they had were almost blanked the first week. And how can you look at what the defense did in those first 2 weeks and think we're stopping a paper bag, let alone the hottest offense in the last 14 years?
Yeah. I get that.
We go Texans at Minnesota here. We are sweeping with Houston. I'm not going to say Minnesota this week. I got it this week. I got it correct. Pat on the back. I did it right.
I wish Colton was here because
yeah.
Colton would be down your throat
I'm about to be. You cut me off from doing it. I don't think you're allowed to pick against Minnesota. You had a Sam Darnold jersey on before we even started, and I told you to take it off.
I didn't even realize that's what jersey it was.
Yeah, the Sam Darnold Jets jersey.
Listen, I saw a kid I was at the beach this summer. Someone was in the ocean swimming with a Sam Darnold jersey. It was just destined. I even tweeted. I was like, "Oh, Darnold's winning MVP."
That's how much that jersey's worth. Is you're swimming in the ocean with it.
Here's my rash guard, bro.
It might have been a Panthers one too, which is a rare commodity out of all of them.
I don't think you're allowed to pick against Minnesota this year. I think you have to pick them out of premise.
Then we got Denver at Tampa Bay. We are all sweeping Tampa Bay. I think we can move on from this game. Then we have I messed up the bottom here, but Green Bay is at Tennessee. That is the matchup this week, and we are all picking Green Bay. Jordan Love practiced limited. I shouldn't say minimally, limited today with a sprained MCL. But Malik Willis, I mean, he looked good. He looked better than what we knew of Malik Willis.
Yeah, revenge game, I guess.
And then, the center threw up on the ball before Malik Willis had a third down play, and he had to, run with it. Why didn't you throw the ball? There was vomit on it.
Josh threw up on the ball.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a new one.
The John Boy video of that is hilarious.
Oh, sure.
We got Chicago at Indianapolis. We are sweeping Indianapolis here. Two teams who are, one's more desperate for a win than another. At least one has a win here. But we're all picking the Colts here to win.
I mean, you probably won't see me picking the Bears or
the Broncos.
Broncos much or at all this year.
Yeah. Until the Bears manage to do something.
I am well documented since the last college football season. I am not a Caleb Williams fan.
Then we have the Chargers at Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh's home opener here. Right now, I am the lone wolf of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm a little surprised about that.
Well, you're not going to be alone.
Yeah,
I know I won't. I won't be alone on this one.
I mean, I think this is a tough game. I think this is a tough game to pick. I'm picking the Chargers just because they're 2-0 right now. They've done a good job. I mean, I don't know.
My bye and the quarterback are why I pick the Chargers.
Justin Herbert's not the healthiest, I don't think, right now.
No, he's not. But
he's got that ankle injury.
But when has he been the healthiest, his whole career?
The Steelers aren't good. I'm safe to say it right now. But the Steelers are not good. I don't know how the fuck they're 2-0, but
the defense.
No, not even. They can't score points. You have to score points to win games.
Though I will say, if this pass rush gets to Herbert, I mean, I could get a little bit ugly.
Well, Justin Fields has one more passing touchdown than all the rookies combined that were drafted. So
nice.
Just think of that. Drake May has as many touchdown passes as the one starting.
Part of the class, bro. He's part of the class.
Then we have
percentage way better.
We got Miami traveling to Seattle here. We're all sweeping Seattle here. I could raffle off the next couple ones here. Panthers at Raiders. We're all picking the Raiders here. And then we have the 49ers who are playing a home game in SoFi Stadium against the Rams. We're all picking the Rams. Rams, yeah. Oh, Rams are going to win this week. Watch that.
All right. And for Colton, I'm doing that against you now. One, you're not allowed to pick against the Rams. Two, of course you said, of course you flubbed that. Game? Of course you flubbed that because you love the Rams fans.
The Niners. We are sweeping the Niners here. And then we got an interesting matchup here. The Detroit Lions traveling to Arizona. We are all picking the Lions here. I'm expecting this game to actually go down to 0-0 in the fourth quarter. I think both these teams have what it takes to do that. And I would not be surprised if the Cardinals win this game.
No, I mean, Jake picked the Cardinals last week and won.
No, because that's because I don't think the Rams are any good prior to injuries, let alone with them.
Still, though.
Then we go to the Big D, where Baltimore travels to Dallas. Dom, you're picking the birds here. You're picking the purple people eaters. The purple.
After
flock.
Last week, I got to think that I held Dallas for a reason because they got burnt as hell last week. So until they figure that part out, and until Trayvon Diggs, doesn't let up everything in the world, I'm gonna go with We'll go with Baltimore. They need a get right game. This could be it.
They both need to get right.
They both need a get right game. You're right. You're right.
Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs travel to Atlanta. We are sweeping Atlanta here.
What?
Try that again.
Oh,
again?
we're sweeping the Chiefs. My bad. It's been a
God,
very long day.
this
Okay.
guy stinks.
It's
It's been a very, very, very long day.
I got
So-
you. Yep, Kansas City.
2 Monday Night Football games. I don't know if these are staggered or not, or if they're starting right at 8:15. But-
Normally it's one starts at 7, one starts at 8:15. Usually.
Yeah, something like that. 8:25, whatever.
Let's see. I'm gonna scroll all the way down here. One's at
Oh, wait,
7:30, and then one's at 8:15. Yes, I know. Last year they had that weird one at the end of the season where they both started at 8:15. But Jacksonville
Yeah.
at Buffalo. We are all picking Buffalo. I read that correctly. We are all picking Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to pick Buffalo, but like, you know,
Yeah, I don't want to pick Buffalo either, but Jesus.
they'll get it done, I think.
Can't yeah.
And then we have the Commanders traveling to Cincinnati. We are all picking Cincinnati here. It took till week 3 last year for the Bengals to really start getting stuff going, get the
does
ball
every
rolling.
year.
So
Higgins might play, you know.
It does every
that extra
year.
day will help Higgins. So
That's
if he wants
We
to
all
play.
said that we kind of would have thought to pick Cincinnati last week, although we all swept the Chiefs mostly because without Higgins it's going to be tough to begin with, and they should have won. In my mind they won, but they're going to get right. They're whatever that record that I mentioned earlier, 1-9, 1-10 in the first 2 weeks of the year under Burrow. For whatever reason, those first 2 weeks are a bugaboo and they get going anyway. So,
Yeah. Once they get right too, then they're kind of on a roll. You know, they build it up. It becomes a season. So